They're out on the field. The pride of the Southland band crisply marches into the Giant T. The rear, the roar of 97,000 fans rises with each rhythmic step. In the background, George Beatsis is singing "Fight, Balls, Fight." The orange and white Shakers flood the air. The Volunteers are ready at the north end of the football field to burst through the gate. They're coming now, racing onto the field through the Giant T. In that magic moment that says, wherever you are, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We are just a little over 2 weeks away, from Tennessee kicking off fall camp. I am excited. I'm excited for year 2 of the Josh Heupel era. I'm excited to see what this offense looks like with another full offseason of development. What does Hendon Hooker look like? Knowing he's the guy, knowing this is his football team, he's got an opportunity to go out there and make a name for himself. He started to get some buzz last year, but I really think Hendon Hooker has a chance to be in New York at the end of the season with a Heisman Trophy campaign. Does Jalen Hyatt take a step? What does this defense look like? And that's what we're going to talk about today, is a key part of this defense that I think can help us take that step to win some of those games that we should have won last year. You know, look, I was watching the Ole Miss game just this week, watching last year's Ole Miss game. So disappointing to see the lack of linebacker play. And not taking away from Jeremy Banks, he did some great things last year, but there's a guy that I want to talk about today, and that is Juwan Mitchell, a guy that led Texas in tackles, came into Tennessee with a lot of hype, but he didn't really live up to that hype. And there are several reasons why, and we're going to get into it and talk about it. But as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders, we're not on here yelling and screaming, trying to pretend to be something we are not. This is for the fans, by the fans. We are fans just like you. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. And just a reminder, the content on this channel is going to slowly start to change. We're going to talk a little bit less about recruiting and a little bit more about this football team going into 2022. We'll be live next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, breaking down the defense. And that doesn't mean the recruiting coverage is going away. What it means is you're going to get more content. We're going to cover recruiting. We're going to cover this football team. But hope you guys will join us next Wednesday. But let's jump into it and let's talk about Juwan Mitchell. Juwan Mitchell, again, a guy that transferred in from Texas. Coming out of high school, he was a 3-star prospect. He was top 40 coming out of New Jersey. And I was watching an interview with him going back to last year, and he talked about coming out of the Northeast and how a lot of guys up there, they stay around Ohio State or Michigan or somewhere up in the Northeast area. But he said that he wanted to test himself. He wanted to come down south where football is different, and he said he experienced that at Texas. His last year at Texas, he actually led them in tackles. And if you rewind just a year ago, it's been just a little over a year ago since Juwan Mitchell showed up on campus. All the turmoil, all the roster turnover, all the guys from the Jeremy Pruitt era transferring out, the lack of depth at linebacker, the injuries, the suspensions. We had a long snapper taking valuable reps throughout spring camp at the linebacker position. That's just how bad the depth was. So when you tell me that the leading tackler at Texas is coming to Tennessee, I get excited. There was a lot of hype about Juwan Mitchell. There was a lot of buzz, a lot of talk about he was going to wreck shop. He was going to come in and he was going to wreak havoc with Jeremy Banks on the inside. But once Juwan Mitchell gets to Knoxville, once he gets to Tennessee, we didn't really see that translate on the field. He only played in 3 games. In the home opener, he didn't even register a tackle. He did have 7 tackles against Pitt, followed that up with just 1 tackle against Florida. Then he's beat up, banged up, out for the year with shoulder surgery. And that's another thing that's concerning. It's a big question because Juwan Mitchell didn't even go through spring camp this year. And that's part of the problem. When we go back to last year, he came in during the summer, so he did not get to participate in spring camp. Then he goes through fall camp, gets banged up early, out for the year. But there's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation about Juwan Mitchell not buying into the program, showing up late to meetings, showing up late to practice. Now, is that fact? Can I confirm that? No. But again, we're for the fans, by the fans. We're going to talk about rumors and speculation. Allegedly. I don't know if that was the case with Juwan Mitchell, but that was the rumor, that he didn't buy in, that he didn't do what he was supposed to do. I went back to a media appearance during fall practice last year, during fall camp, and something that Juwan Mitchell had to say. He was asked about coming in from Texas and being a leader for this Tennessee football team. This is what Juwan Mitchell had to say.
Definitely. When I first came here, like, I got 2 rays, even though they bowl rays, but, the standard, I know the standard that it needs to be. I know what it looked like when it's not there, and I look at myself in the mirror first when it's not there. Coming into that linebacker room was a great step. It's like I could actually challenge myself to be a leader, and when things not going right, I got to look at myself. So that's the biggest difference.
I thought that was a very interesting quote. When things aren't going right, I got to look myself in the mirror. I know the standard. So that's the question for Juwan Mitchell. It's very similar to Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt came up, admitted, I didn't put in the work I was supposed to put in. Looks like he's doing it thus far, going into this 2022 season. Is Juwan Mitchell going to do what he has to do? Again, I love the quote coming right from his mouth. I know the standard. I got to look myself in the mirror. If the rumors are true, if Juwan Mitchell was showing up late to practice, if he was showing up late to meetings, that tells me that he wasn't bought in. Is Juwan Mitchell going to buy in going into this 2022 season? It's go time for Juwan Mitchell. If Juwan Mitchell wants to play at the next level, it starts right now. Will he be able to do that? And when we look at this defense going into 2022, the biggest key for me, the biggest concern, and we all know, you got to be able to get after the quarterback with a 4-man rush. Tennessee showed zero ability to get after the quarterback without bringing some type of elaborate blitz. The front 4 just didn't get it done. That's where it starts in this 2022 season is the front 4 getting pressure on the quarterback. BY's got to step up. BY's got to come to that next level. So does Tyler Barron. The list goes on and on. That defensive line has to continue to improve under Rodney Garner. But the next step for me, I know a lot of people criticize this secondary. They talk about the secondary, but this secondary gets left out on an island time and time again because there is a lack of pressure on the quarterback. The next big problem is getting off the field on 3rd down, and a big part of that, again, I told you, I rewatched that Ole Miss game this week. Absolutely devastating to this defense on 3rd and long and letting Matt Corral run around, scramble around, picking up first downs on 3rd and long. These linebackers have to be better. They've got to be better. And Jeremy Banks led this football team in tackles. I love his violence. I love his aggression. I love the way he runs downhill. He plays physical. I think Jeremy Banks is the leader of this defense in 2022. But he needs some help. He needs a guy like Juwan Mitchell to come along beside him and look himself in the mirror and take that next step, put in the work. But another big question mark for me with Juwan Mitchell is, again, didn't go through spring camp his first year here because he didn't transfer in until the summer. Gets banged up early. Still banged up throughout this spring camp. Wore a non-contact jersey all spring long. What is Juwan Mitchell going to look like in fall camp? I will probably drop a video right before fall camp kicks off and tell you guys the biggest keys who I will be watching this fall. But spoiler alert, Juwan Mitchell is going to be one of them. He's got to take the next step. If this defense is going to be able to get us to 8 to 10 wins, and I know 10 wins, that's not my expectation at all, but I think this team needs to get to 8 wins to continue this momentum in recruiting, this momentum, this Nico effect, keep it rolling into the class of 24. You've got to go win 8 games this fall. And I think a big part of that is linebacker play. Juwan Mitchell, you're playing for an NFL contract. Look yourself in the mirror. Are you willing to put in the work? Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on the clip. Do you think a guy that led Texas in tackles can look himself in the mirror, put in the work, and do something special in 2022? Or is he just another guy? Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, if you have not done so yet, make sure you smash that thumbs up on the way out the door and go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Any and all support greatly appreciated. Thank you to all the new members of the channel. If you want to financially support what we do for as little as 99 cents a month, just 99 cents a month, you can become a member of this channel. You get access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis. You get access to fan call-in shows. You get your comments highlighted throughout live streams. And also, we would greatly appreciate it. And it's one step closer to us being able to provide more content for you. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. Don't forget, next week, going to be live Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be live on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Commitment coming from Rico Walker on Monday at 4 p.m. Still, that's up in the air, but I will let you guys know. We may do a live stream and countdown to the commitment. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.